Sounds like censorship.
Well, now it's live, and we can talk about the beauty that is the artistic dream that is Sharknado. But yeah, that shit is an instant classic.
I never saw the first one.
The first one is so beautiful. I was literally crying at the end of it. Like this shit's great.
So it's like Mona
Pretty
Lisa
sure I've
quality.
seen the part where they're like in a house and there's like stairs, to go upstairs in the house, but there's sharks in the bottom, like in the
Yep.
first floor. So they have to like hit the shark a bunch of times with like just stuff around the house, I think. And then I think somebody tries to wrestle a shark. I don't know. It's pretty bad.
Oh yeah, it's like wrestling an alligator, but a shark. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Tara Reid's in it though.
Yep, both of them.
Is she naked in it?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, put it on Sci-Fi Network if she was naked.
Oh God, Cliven Bundy's back in the news. They said there's going to be a third Sharknado.
There needs to be at least 6 for it to be a proper, Sci-Fi Network movie. There's like 4 ice spiders now.
Ice spiders?
Well, maybe that's what they need to do. They need to have Sharknado versus the ice spiders or something like that.
Fantastic. I would watch that.
Yeah, it's one of them movies that's so corny. It's great because I forget what the director or the writer of those movies called it. It's like I can't even think of how he worded what it's called, but he said they need to spend some government funding investigating that kind of meteorological occurrence. Cause shit, they interviewed him on like CNN, and his name's like Thunder Lang or something like that.
What's your boyfriend's name again?
You make it sound like just because somebody's named Thunder that you don't take them seriously.
Oh, he doesn't take himself seriously. He was talking about it like laughing.
Thunder's his first name, middle name is Lightning.
No, but his real first name is Thunder. That's his lawful name.
I went to school with a kid. He was like a freshman when I was a senior, and his dad actually named him Michael Jordan.
Shit, I knew a guy that's first name was Boo. B-O-O.
Was he Asian?
Fuck you,
Nope.
guy.
No, he was about as redneck as you could get. Had a big ZZ Top beard and all.
I went to school with an African kid, and his name was Madike. And his accent was really thick, and it was really cool to say his name because you walk up to him and speak to him like, "Hey, Madike!" It's really funny. People love saying his name. He was a cool guy.
I was hoping DB'd be on here. They released how much Guardians of the Galaxy made last weekend.
Oh, I saw that. We'll play this. It said opening was 94 million. I saw an article on Facebook, but I don't know if that includes opening weekend or just opening day.
Yeah, that's total. That was total till like noon today.
Yeah.
So it had the second largest opening weekend this year.
What did he say the budget was? Like 150 something or 120?
150 something? 160?
150 or less, I think.
Yeah, well, all movies lose money because, they have good accountants.
Nah, because even if it cracks 150 at the box office, it's probably going to make another, I don't know, 50 like selling DVDs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then you got people that make money on the back ends of that stuff too. So
Everything's
Dude, Titanic lost money. All movies lose money.
Well, the Titanic was also one of the biggest. I mean, it's a James Cameron film. Like he also makes the most expensive movies. Like he tries to do that on purpose.
No, the studios do that because they write that shit off.
You
So
want
on
to see where
paper,
the
it loses money, and
you want to see where the
reality,
money goes in a lot of movies? You got to check out that company Rentrack. They basically, market like how all the DVDs are sold and put to all the rental services, and they actually track like how much these movies make on like DVD sales, and it's insane. So.
hmm
I think Ninja Turtles is going to be the biggest just because of the amount of little kids that will go see it. I think Ninja Turtles is much bigger than Guardians of the Galaxy.
Do kids even know who the Ninja Turtles are these days?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
really
yeah.
big.
How
Like,
does Netflix work then? They pay people for those movies, or they get paid to?
They got paid the studio,
I think
which
they
then
pay for
pays the actors, or which then pays whatever they owe. Yeah, Ninja Turtles has had like a whole new release right now. That's why they look so funny because that's like their new generation now. That's the way they look.
Generation Shrek.
They all look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I can't stand it. I'm gonna go see it for sure.
Yeah. Well, there is nothing on Facebook tonight, that's for sure.
You guys see that new video that Forgotten Weapons put out where they have that Japanese gun that takes like a hopper of 3 10-round stripper clips?
Mm-hmm.
It looks
It's
fantastic.
pretty cool. Dog, get the hell away from me. Go. I didn't get a chance to watch all of it, but I saw it.
Pretty cool mechanism.
I was too busy. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, the whole design of it is fantastic, but man, like you were saying, if you get anything in there, it just jams up the whole thing. But you could ship everything out, the same stripper clips that you're supplying all your infantry people with, and you could load a machine gun with it, and it has like a little spring-loaded hopper. That's pretty cool. I need to get down to that museum in New Orleans or whatever. That place has so much cool stuff. It's got like all access to everything in the back.
Hey, G-Webs, are you there?
Yeah.
I'm curious to know what belt you hold in this sport. Over here on the side.
What am I watching? About what now?
The link over here on the side. I'm curious to know what kind of belt you hold in this sport.
Oh.
That cane fighting.
They supposed to have bigger ones, or is it, and they just have small ones for sparring? This dude got no sleeves on. This gotta go hard.
I'm pretty sure Chris does some kind of stick fighting.
I don't think it's anything that long. I think he uses a shorter one.
It's like that.
If whatever it is where you have like the bamboo like sword, and you wear those helmets, and then you have those really weird pants that look like a dress. If I could have figured out a place to do that, I would have totally done that when I was a kid. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's called a scrimma, but I'm not sure. That's like I knew some kids that did that back in high
The
school.
sword, which is just a bunch of bamboo like tied together.
Aren't those called kendo sticks?
I don't know. There's definitely maybe it's kendo. Kendo
It's like a
armor.
Filipino martial art. I got a link to it here.
But this is more jumpy, yeah.
They use like long, like bamboo, like Kali style sticks or something. There's some guy on that Bunker Tactical site that trains people in that or something. There's some pretty wild videos of that.
I like how the dude in the middle, like at about 56 seconds, the white dude just like switches hands and wails on him with his other hand. Kind of just looks like they're holding a piece of rebar or something.
Yeah. The French have like a whole bunch of weird martial arts that some of them come out of like medieval times and they've just carried them on forever. I know like Savate is like a weird style of like foot wrestling that they use that they still have Savate tournaments and stuff like that.
The white dude is better at switching his hands because he does that quite a bit, but the red dude is all over him as far as being better at jumping
At
around. And shit.
2:15, the guy in red goes between the legs. Pretty gangster.
He goes where?
He goes between the legs with the cane. Watch. 2:15. 2:16.
So he keeps doing that jumpy shit and like.
He like goes up on his hands like he's doing capoeira or something.
See how like when the dude in the red goes swing his stick at the other guy's face, and then he'll like counterbalance by sticking his foot out behind him, like if he's ice skating or something.
I didn't even know about this site, World Star Hip Hop, until I'd been in some of these chats. So many links come from it. It's ridiculous.
Dude, Jaeger's hot or crazy hot videos down here on that link. It's like the 7th or 8th video down from the top. It says he dropped some knowledge. He dropped some knowledge. The wife zone chart. 1.1 million views.
It's like $1,000 I stole from Jaeger.
Yeah, videos everywhere.
Nobody saying shit, or my shit didn't work here?
Oh, he's talking. Yeah, I haven't seen Jaeger yet.
Who's talking? Oh, I'm saying, is this chat working?
Yeah.
You need to get Bob in here. talk at us.
Yeah, Bob was out there asking for a link earlier, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Calling
he
patient
probably
and shit.
fell asleep.
He heard about that other channel that's starting up, $5 a week. Costs a lot more, but chats are better quality.
I think now that this video has gone, it's like super viral. I want to copy this chart and make like a shirt out of it.
Hey, G-Webs, are you still like checking out Vines every once in a while?
No, I didn't even create an account there. What's that? What are you talking about?
Vine
The
is
video
like
one?
it's like the 9-second video one. Bunch of stupid random shit.
No.
There's this
Don't
new
know.
trend. There's this new trend on there where people set themselves on fire.
Oh, I've seen
Yeah,
some of those on Facebook. What's up with that?
It's like a lot of kids are doing that, and a lot of kids are doing fucking the pass out game where like they fucking let
Oh,
like
finally.
yeah, that shit's starting to catch back around.
And some kid tried to
So,
do that while driving
what
a
is
car
that?
through a tunnel out here and crashed. Took out 2 cars in a tunnel out in Portland area.
So they're just holding their breath until they pass out?
Yep.
Either that or yeah.
Sweet. Hey, Chris, we're starting a new game. You driving right now?
No, I'm not
Jeez.
driving right now.
No.
What's going on?
There's this new game when you drive, you hold your breath until you pass out. It's super fun.
No thanks. No thanks.
Oh, hey Chris, you missed the earlier chat. We mapped out Bob's drive to your house.
And why the fuck would you guys do that?
It's only like 26 hours. It's a straight shot south. So if Bob puts the car in neutral, he'll roll right into your driveway.
Just
Yeah,
puts a brick on the accelerator,
Oh, good.
falls
Doesn't even need
asleep
to
with
do
a beer
that.
in his hand, and he's there in
Right.
26 hours.
Oh, good. That means he has a way back. And I told him, go back.
Hey Chris, you're kind of low on the volume.
You can't hear me right now?
I mean, we can hear you, but you're just
It's
low.
clear, but it's like you're on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm using my tablet right now, so I don't
You
know
might
why
want to find them.
This time you get a pass.
I'd call your technical support person, see if they can help you out.
I am the technical support person.
Chris
No,
is out in the
technically-
front yard laying landmines for Bob's imminent arrival.
You set up Tannerite landmines.
He's just switching his house number with one of the neighbors.
That's what I was waiting for somebody to say in that border chat, especially when somebody said there needs to be like a dead zone between the fences.
I
Like,
said
line
that.
that bitch with like landmines.
It's like, I thought there already was a dead zone. They're like pulling people out of reservoirs and all
No.
that crazy shit. So.
I don't get why everybody's making a big deal about, oh, the Governor Perry called up the National Guard. Those National Guard people can't do shit. They have no authority, no guns. They're basically they're UN observers. That's it. They just stand there and watch.
Well, if they know some, like,
Well,
first
honestly,
aid training or something, maybe they can help these people who've just been like walking through a desert or something.
Well, that's all they're doing, walking across the border and be like handed the border agent their bags and like, here I am.
here, help me carry this. I'll be carrying this.
They know shit. They had a video of that. These people were like coming across on a jet ski and they were just hopping off the jet ski like, here we are.
It's kind of like the Tour de France or something. Once they hit the border, now someone, they got a place where people are handing them water and stuff.
And now
like that.
finishing the third leg of the Tour de Arizona.
Well, listen, I don't know if you guys know the main news guy for Univision. He's a pretty popular guy in the Hispanic world, just like worldwide Hispanic. But hold on.
It's just
So that
Univision.
guy, So that guy actually went to the Guatemalan-Mexico border where they say like a lot of this problem could be solved. And this guy himself, as a news reporter, just swam across that dirty ass river. He's like, "Look, I could do this," and he did it like 2 or 3 times. He just like treaded the water across.
You probably got some shots before going in there, right?
Shit, he was mainlining penicillin on the way there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go in that one.
I'm surprised you guys haven't seen him. Like, I mean, like he's been on CNN a lot. I saw him on Bill O'Reilly not too long ago. Matter of fact.
No, I mean I get Univision and Telemundo on
Here,
broadcast.
let me show you a picture of this guy. This guy, I mean, this guy's pretty popular worldwide.
I just watch them Mexican soap operas.
Have any of you guys ever seen this guy?
I don't know what the hell they're saying in them novellas, but them chicks are hot.
Yeah.
This guy's been on CNN. He's like the newsman of like the the Hispanic world.
Nope.
I've only seen him naked.
Hey, no.
I saw him one time when I did that little stick fight thing with him. I couldn't see
But
his
we
face that well.
were using
because of that
sticks.
mask. But yeah, no, this guy, like he was actually on Bill O'Reilly like either this week or last week. I saw him.
Did he shout Bill O'Reilly down?
No, Bill O'Reilly carried him
Oh, okay.
because like his whole argument was like sympathy, and that didn't work with Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah. There's only one show on Fox News that I watch. And it's
The
not Bill
Five.
O'Reilly. The Five, that's right. Andrea Tantaros for the win.
Oh no! So listen, for me to toss between Tanteros and KG because when was it? Like 2 weeks ago. Like I think they just started adding makeup to her arms because 2 weeks ago, Tanteros' arms were peachy white and like did not match her like face tone. It was disgusting. It bothered me a lot. Her arms were super pale. But so I was watching. You know who Julie Banderas is?
Mm-hmm.
Julie Banderas or Andrea?
Here, let's see some links because I don't know who you're talking about.
Hold on, I'm
Okay,
about
sound
to
like-
put up some
Andrea.
Tanteros.
Well, I'm gonna put up Julie Banderas.
There's some Tanteros right there.
Spanish language news is known for their
These are
intelligent women.
Fox. These are Fox.
Tanteros is Greek. She's not Mexican.
Yeah, no, Banderas is.
Yeah, Andrea Tanteros is fucking hot.
Andrea
This
Tanteros.
one in the red here is what you're talking about. She's Greek.
Yep.
Yep. And she got some tiggle bitties. Like she wears shit that has to like keep them down. Like that's how big her.
Yeah,
chin
she
is.
does. That's why I watch that fucking show. Fuck the news. I want to see her.
But you know what's funny? Like if you catch her from the side, she does have like that Gargamel nose, hook nose.
I
Yeah.
don't
She has a
care.
fucked
What
up
the
nose.
fuck are you looking at their nose for? Look.
But she has a nose.
face fucking her too. You know what I'm saying? What her nose look like? Not.
So it's fit to pay attention to.
Hey, as long as she doesn't go looking for Smurfs while I'm there, I don't care.
Really, you complain about her nose. One of the more beautiful women you see in a day, but jeez. I guess you could nitpick that, sure.
The second look I posted is Julie Banderas.
I think Guilfoyle, I don't know. She just wears too much fucking
She
makeup.
does wear way too much makeup. But I love that little like whiny like New Yorker
The second
voice that
one?
she has. The second one that I posted is
She's got a whiny voice. You can keep
No.
her.
No.
No. Here, let me find the other one.
No, the other one's Andrea Guilfoyle. She's on the 5 too.
Kimberly.
Oh, Kimberly? I thought it was.
Kimberly.
That's right, Kimberly Guilfoyle. Yeah. KG. The other one that's on there actually isn't bad looking either. The one that used to be the press secretary for Bush.
Oh no, she's horrible.
Nah,
She's
she's not
horrible.
bad.
She's way
For,
too
like
skinny.
the oldest one on that show.
She's way too skinny, and I don't think she would look that good naked either.
Yeah, but her thing is she's like 4 feet tall.
How's it going, Chris?
What's up?
All right, G-Web, check out this last link.
How's it going, Doc?
Yeah.
Oh, are you driving?
I'm taking that first one in red. This one's got too big a mouth. That's what she's
That
trying
might
to
come
prove
in
with that
handy.
mouth there.
I didn't get her.
This last one is the one you're saying has the whiny voice and wears too much makeup.
Yeah.
Sounds like
She
Janine
has,
from
she has like
Ghostbusters.
that Fran Dresser type voice.
No,
Like she's faking it just to do it.
No, she's like that. And you know what's funny? I don't know. Well, shit. All right, so fucking Kimberly Guilfoyle stays wearing like red bottom shoes. Red bottoms start at like $900.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tantaros wears them too.
Yeah, she does, but not as much as Kimberly.
They all like them Christian Louboutin's or whatever the fuck they are.
So you're not just
Whatever.
into men's trainers, you're also into women's shoes.
No,
Exactly.
but
Dude, the other
No,
day
but-
that Tantaros chick had on this all white like mini dress looking thing. Holy shit! There's like 4 feet of or like 6 feet of legs sticking out of that thing.
So, Chris, if you're driving, when you get home, you gotta get back on here and check out your knife. I finished it today.
Oh, nice.
Came out fucking awesome.
Cool.
Picture it didn't happen.
Wait,
He
just
said he
wait
wasn't
till you
driving.
Wait till you see the temper line.
Nice.
He's just sitting. He's on his tablet. He's still. He's on. He's not driving.
I'm driving. The tablet is not projecting the sound of the car as much as the.
Oh well, then try
Oh,
that
yes.
pass out game. What the hell?
Yeah, the tablet's not the tablet's not putting out the sound of the car. It's not putting out the sound of your voice either.
If you're
You
hardcore, you
can,
do the
like,
pass out game while you catch yourself on fire.
in your toolbox.
Hey, you can understand me enough, so that's more than enough.
No, this is in the car. It's way better than when you have the
Oh yeah,
air
Yeah.
noise.
they sound good.
You just use the Hangout toolbox, you can like boost his volume.
Yeah.
So
the-
what's the fire game? I've only seen the thing. I don't ever stop on it or watch it happen. Do these kids really hurt themselves, or are you just supposed to
I would
take
imagine.
the shower right away? They're always in the shower.
Yeah,
They're in
Hangout
the shower by the
toolbox,
pool.
fire fluid, and you just set each other on fire. They're usually like not wearing clothes, which is usually I won't click it on link if I see some teenager not wearing clothes. So
Dude, there was somebody that messed themselves up doing it.
Yeah, but again, they're just, for the most part, most of the ones you see are just kids putting rubbing alcohol or like nail polish remover and lighting it up for a second and then jumping under the shower. Like it doesn't, and that shit, it doesn't burn your skin. It doesn't even burn most of the hair off. It burns off all the fumes first.
that's
So,
right. Condone
luckily,
their
there was
action.
one that this guy soaked his shorts on accident, and his shorts started burning. And because they were soaking, it actually started burning him.
That's usually a bad news right there.
I remember in high school, a buddy lit a jar of rubber cement on fire, and it went up really good. And then he was like, "Oh, put it out." So he jumped on it, and it just like all splattered all over him, and he couldn't get that off.
So
I
he
didn't even think
napalmed
about that.
himself.
I've never seen that happen. What is?
Yeah.
Does it get all gooey?
Yeah.
It was just like napalm. He just jumped on it, and it just splattered all over his pants, and it was burning, and you couldn't like wipe it. Everywhere you wiped it, it was just still burning.
So get this. I know this kid. He drives around with a fucking fake eyeball. He drives a Volkswagen Bug. When he was about 17, he tried to jump off his roof using hook bungee cords as bungee cords.
Oh,
And one of them, the one that was around his waist, snapped down and then snapped back up and ripped his eyeball out of his head.
Ah!
Chris passed out.
damn.
You made him breathe.
It's brutal. Like you could just hearing that story is brutal. It's not even
I
sharp.
know.
I never
Sorry,
thought about
broke my
making.
eyeball. Ugh.
I'll have to remember that about rubber cement to turn it into napalm. I tried to make napalm when I was like 10 and almost burned a building down.
I loved the shit out of rubber cement when I was a kid, making the giant snot balls out of it.
Yeah, I tried to make napalm out of pudding mix because I figured it'd work because I was stupid.
I used to do the same thing. I worked in a Mexican restaurant. Sorry, I'm getting some pizza down. And I used to roll up the cement we used to stick our little signs and placards and shit to the wall. And I'd roll it up into little boogers and like stick them on the corner of the employee meals. Like stick them to the plates and shit. Always had a good time with that. Then again, I was the only one laughing.
Well, if you're gonna screw around, yeah, you make like a weird one and get it all oblong, and then act like you're sneezing, and then fling it. People love that.
Yep.
If you can do it right before the cement gets really, really dry, like, while it's still going, oh man, that's even better. When it's just a little bit wet still.
And it splats.
Yeah, so when they touch it to, like, it's pretty good.
What was the styrofoam and gasoline? Anyone ever try that? Where you just like fill a little bottle with like gasoline and
It
put a
takes
bunch of
such
styrofoam in
an
it?
insanely high amount of gasoline to do. It's nearly impossible. Or I mean, styrofoam per gasoline.
Full of styrofoam, like a whole like refrigerator box full of packing material, and you like force it in there.
Yeah, for a gallon of gas, you probably need tons and tons and tons of styrofoam.
Well, we'd use those little the Schweppes, the little tiny ginger ale bottles. I don't know if you have Schweppes brand.
Yeah.
The little tiny bottles, and then you could basically make a little like, stuff a rag in there and light that on there and smash it against something, and it was just pretty fun.
Honestly, another good one is the spray adhesive for like upholstery.
Oh yeah, Elmer's makes a spray adhesive like that.
Yeah, it's an aerosol.
Yeah.
That shit is brutal.
I'm gonna have to put like a disclaimer on this video.
Yeah.
Warning: do not try these stunts at home, and put like the Dick House logo.
If you're testing anything,
Like
anything,
when you would get the old anarchist cookbook on like a BBS somewhere.
I found one of those at a, I don't own it, but another buddy of mine bought it at a used bookstore recently, one of the old editions.
I never remembered them in print. It was just something you would download from like a BBS or like.
Everyone should own a bunch of those books. There's about
Yeah,
10 of them that are important to own.
Poor man's James Bond is like #1 for me.
But if the internet ever goes down, that information needs to exist.
Exactly.
Grandpa's book of chemistry is the same size. Our granddad's book of chemistry. It tells you how to make everything out of just like, you take a handful of dirt and you take this and pee on that and boil it, and now you got this. Or take this and squeeze this out of it and let it sit, and then you got this.
That recipe I put on the right, that's how we got rid of anthills.
That's just about what I tried to do, except I used pudding.
It's a waste of good Jello.
It's the easiest way to get pectin.
Mm-hmm.
My work orders a shit ton of pectin. We just spray pectin.
Yeah, I was going to try to make some like binary like tannerite, but we could never figure out how to get the aluminum powder.
What?
You make it. Grind
Well,
You just
yeah,
put that in the food
a lot of
processor
it.
and chop up aluminum.
You can buy aluminum powder. For
you
sure.
can buy it.
Of course. Anybody that cuts aluminum is going to have it, and they're going to want to sell it, so you can definitely buy it from them.
aluminum foil in a food processor.
Yeah. Like one of those ninja
I don't know
blenders.
if I'd get it fine enough, would it?
I don't know if that would work or not.
I'm just talking on my butt. Sorry.
Yeah, because I know somebody that can get the other part of it. Like, no problem.
Some of those good food processors, the really high-end ones, they'll turn anything to dust, like, immediately. Vitamix or Blendtec, like, they'll literally turn aluminum can to dust. It's unbelievable.
Hey, G-Web, you know what I saw the other day I've never seen before? Have you ever seen those things where you take a 2-liter and you hook it up to this contraption that they sell, and you hook up a bike pump, and then if you shoot the 2-liter, it's like compressed, it's like 120 psi?
Oh, yeah. You make a 2-liter rocket?
Yeah, I've never played with them, but I've seen them.
I just saw one at my FFI. I can't remember what they wanted for it. Thought it was cool, though.
Buddy started making his own seltzer recently, and he started getting tanks of CO2 and like making his own seltzer, but you can basically, overpressurize those, and they just started at these crazy CO2 bombs.
Man, I miss being in the Philippines. We had access to explosives almost all the time. You just
Is
save
it
up
me
on,
or is Chris quiet?
He's on the tablet. I miss being in the America when you could use stuff like that on a ranch and nobody raised an eye.
Mm-hmm.
we used to just save up on a lot of the firecrackers that we get from New Year's Eve for New Year's. We save that up and then we just take the powder out of it.
I used to do that. I almost lit my grandma's door on fire.
Oh, I've done that. I did it with Alliant powder, though.
Set Marco's grandma's door on fire. It's messed up.
Yeah.
That
I'ma
ain't
get you.
right.
This might be off topic, but I know a couple of you might have been on Boy Scouts or whatever and done the Order of the Arrow thing. But I got a letter, and I don't know how they found me, but I got a letter in the mail for Order of the Arrow, and they're looking to update some 100th anniversary of Order of the Arrow. I have no idea how they found my address.
They Googled you.
This was when I was like 13 years old or something, and they still somehow found me and sent me a notice to like update my registration.
They found your LinkedIn.
Did you enjoy being on Order of the Arrow, or did you dig that part of it?
I thought it was it was apparently the people who were running it said it was the most hellish Order of the Arrow experience they've ever taken any kids on. Because we sat out like we were sleeping in a foot of water, just and we had shelters up, but the whole area flooded. It was one of the biggest rainstorms, like thunderstorms in the area for like 25 years. It was absolutely insane. And then by morning it was like freezing temperatures. It was
So I never did Order of the Arrow. So it was, if I remember right, you would get called out, because Boy Scouts is kind of semi around Indian stuff, so you would get called out in like an Indian ceremony, right? And then they would take you, and you'd have to go through like an ordeal, right? So you'd have to like go on this camping trip and not talk or something. Was that the deal for like a while? And then when you're all done with getting like initiated into it, you're in that internal, like an inside brotherhood inside of the Boy Scouts, which you didn't have to attain a rank to get to. You just had to be willing to be part of it. I think you had to be called into it or whatever, but pretty much anybody could be called into it, right? If you wanted to.
Yeah, anyone could do it, and it basically involved like a weekend where you would go out and started with a ceremony. I remember the torches, sadly enough, were just rolls of toilet paper on sticks, and it was just like, okay, well, it's going to be fun. And then you basically had to camp out on your own, and we were all 12 and 13 years old, roughly. And you had to, fashion your own kit to go out into the woods, and no one could speak after the ceremony was over. So the whole weekend you're camping out, only, getting by on what you brought out there to go through the weekend. And normally, apparently it's all right, but it was just like the worst weather ever. And we were just like completely soaked, like sleeping in mud pits. And I don't know, I thought it was pretty awesome. Everybody else was super psyched about it, but we couldn't talk to each other, so we're all sleeping in mud, like from head to toe, like just covered in mud, sleeping out in the woods. No one at 13 could like make a shelter quick enough before the rainstorm set in that you could like protect yourself. It was pretty intense. We went through a whole weekend of that, and then eventually they pulled us out of it. And I remember they were like, "We're sorry. It was never supposed to be like this. We've never seen anything this terrible." But it was pretty awesome. I remember going back to a cabin after it was all over, and we just sat around and read a whole bunch. No one was so happy to like sit around and just like eat food out of cans and read Reader's Digest magazines. And just like wait for our parents to pick us up.
Reader's Digest? Do they even make those anymore?
They did back then.
Yeah, of course they do.
And then you guys were expected to do service projects throughout the year and stuff, right? Like have
Yeah,
separate meetings.
you do service projects. We rebuild trails and put in park benches and stuff like that. But
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I was doing other stuff, so I was like, I never wanted to. I knew a lot of guys would do it just because they felt it was like cool, like they have, they were collecting shit, like collecting badges or whatever. But I was always like, well, as cool as it is, I didn't want to ruin, like, well, not ruin, but take 3 days out from summer camp to do it because they take you away for like that. And I'm like, I could do that if I felt like it anytime I want. I'd want to hang out at summer camp. And then the service projects, I was like, no, I'm not gonna be able to do the service projects. I'm not just gonna wear the fucking the sash for fucking never doing it because I knew I wasn't gonna do it. So anyway, I never did it.
it was definitely fun, and I know, like, I never got to Eagle Scout or anything like that, but I know that requires or entails like way more service project type stuff. You need to like design, come up with like a business plan basically of how you're gonna like.
Well, you're just responsible for your own project, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, that's not necessarily more work than signing up to do them basically all the time. You do them at least people around when I was a kid, they would do them fairly often, like once a month. It seems like the Order of the Arrow guys were out doing a separate Order of the Arrow type of thing.
Yep.
It was pretty neat. I mean, like I say, it was neat. I definitely was like, dang, I don't get to go, but I guess I made a choice or whatever.
I just think it's funny that 20 years later they somehow found me out.
I think that's kind of cool,
across the country and send me a letter to like update my information with them. Holy shit.
I think that's kind of cool. They track you down. It's crazy. Of all the things, yeah, that I don't know. Maybe they just are that desperate for getting prior, what do we call us? Prior scouts, I guess, to donate money. Because they figure we're all suckers for wanting to remember our youth.
Yeah, they don't want money. It's the 100th anniversary, 2014 or 1914 to 2014. So it's the 100th year anniversary, and they want everyone to like basically like update your information so you can be part of like some giant publication or something of all of the people who've gone through it. I think I'm gonna have to get back to them. That can be fun.
You should be like, I think Boy Scouts need more full auto badges. You should have a full auto badge.
I totally would have gone for that.
Take advantage.
That's where I learned to shoot originally was in Boy Scouts. So it's like 10 years old. And that's where I like was able to like prove myself to family members that also shot. They're like, oh, okay, well, you shot with Boy Scouts, like, let's show them how to shoot.
What the hell is that?
What?
I think it's beaver.
Oh, was this volume up too loud? Or is it me breathing?
It's you breathing.
It sounds like somebody's dragging a trunk across the room.
I have like a huge ass fan going.
Slowly.
In it's like 100 degrees upstairs. So.
Is that better?
I don't know. We have to have a dead spot where nobody can hear anything, or everything being silent. Now I hear a door.
That's me.
It's like a sound effects album whenever there's a dead spot.
Alright, I'm moving to my computer. See you guys in a bit.
Anybody else think it's creepy when he takes us into the bathroom? I don't like that.
I think it'd be even more creepy if you accidentally hit his camera button one of these days.
Whoa.
Chris's new channel is Chris's Woodshed.
I can't wait till Bob shows up at his house.
It'd be awesome.
We need to figure out what time of year this is going to be.
What we'll have to do is figure out when he's coming home from work or whatever, And then you park a bus in front of his house, and then he's like, "What the fuck?" And he starts getting all mad about the bus being like across his driveway.
Yeah,
And
the
you're
trailer
like,
blocking his driveway.
"Move that bus!" And then there's a big ass fucking trailer all set up in his driveway.
And then Bob comes out. It's like, hey, Chris, I've been waiting for you to get off of work. I've been on the chat. Come on, come sit next to me. We can talk on the chat.
Should
He's
give me a
got like
Wi-Fi password.
A coyote cooking over the barbecue.
I'm like, your brother already gave me the Wi-Fi password. Told me, and I already took a shower. Used your bathroom.
By shower, he means he's got like the garden hose jammed up against one of the like things for the vines on the side of the house.
They were like, I lost my toothbrush in Alabama and haven't brushed them since. So your brother let me borrow your toothbrush too.
Oh, that ain't right.
But those are the type of things Bob would do, though.
The
I think Bob would like die halfway through
He's
my
Canadian, not a hillbilly.
He's a Canadian hillbilly.
Then they both cross their arms and then go back to back and like go. And that's the beginning of the show.
That's when the stick fighting would start, episode 1. And we'll get to finally try out Bob's kick to the knee.
Bob will do that thing where he goes down with one hand and then like kicks up and tries to kick Chris's knees that way.
I wonder which one would do the fire and ice to light themselves on fire. Would it be Chris? Would it be Bob?
I'll light like Bob will light himself on fire and then Chris will try to pass out and they'll race. If Bob can light himself on fire for longer than it takes Chris to pass out, somebody wins.
Bob will take out all of Chris's food out of his refrigerator so he can make room for his beer.
And worms for fishing. It's been researched that we don't use worms down there.
I use
Got a
worms.
good deal on them in Montana. Yeah, but they don't work out here where fish don't know what worms are.
I figured it didn't work for fishing because you guys don't have like ponds.
Only catch small fish with worms.
Yeah,
There's a shit ton of man-made lakes actually,
Lakes, yeah.
and then
Leeches
giant,
are all
massive
really-
reservoirs.
leeches and frogs.
Yeah, crayfish will work because we got crayfish issues, but
Yep, crayfish.
bugs usually is what you would work.
What kind of issues do you have with crayfish?
Crayfish will, when they're not, well, I don't know where they are natural, but out here where they're not natural, they go in and start eating, and they just eat everything. So they'll eat everything from the algae to the small fish. There's only a few tiny things that look like minnows that are natural in Arizona anyway, because our natural water's long gone. So back in the historic days, like when the settlers first moved out here, they started ruining the water, so there wasn't ever like rivers out here. There's only 2 natural lakes in Arizona. They're on the top of mountains where the rainwater collects or whatever, so there's not very many fish out here to begin with. So anyway, when you bring in crayfish, they'll just eat everything from the algae to anything that lives, and then once the thing is dead, it's dead, and nothing else could come back. There's no algae to continue growing. So a lot of our creeks out here are just like completely barren, naked. They look like you ran, bleach water through them or something, and then there's just a few little bastard crayfish that eat the bugs that fall in. So anyway, the fish will eat them out here because they've seen them enough. And our fish are all fake too. The fish are in reservoirs or man-made lakes, so they're just bass and trout, mostly bass though.
Yeah, we don't use crayfish for bass because you hook them right through the tail and then they don't care and they just go about doing their own crayfish things until some bass eats them up. It's like lazy fishing.
Yeah, crayfish or catfish like that too.
That's crazy. I'm pulling in motorcycles out of that tunnel.
It's weird that they need like a, lift to get them out of there. I think that just some dudes can pull them out of there. Tiny little motorcycles. I mean, I've been reading that the whole main campaign is pretty much just to seal off all those tunnels and clear out all the tunnels. So they're going to keep that whole military campaign going until they've finished off all the tunnels that they can get to.
I think they actually finished up today.
Where is this?
That's pretty damn quick, jeez.
That's like Palestine and Israel right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're all coming from
I
through
just-
Gaza into Israeli territory.
I just got back from camping, so I missed anything important happen.
We figure out how long it would
Like-
take Bob to drive to Chris's house.
24 hours.
Okay,
Well,
that
we
was
figured
weird.
That was 27.
I forgot he's old. He's got to pee a lot.
Yeah, if he
No,
wants to
you have to take a bottle.
yeah, so you could get there in 27 hours.
He doesn't have to pull over. He just walks into his camper and leaves it on cruise control. It's straight south. Anyways, remember, he could just put that bitch in neutral and roll.
Shit.
Put the fucking what they call it? What they call that old steering wheel thing? The steering wheel lock.
The low jack
club?
or the club.
Yeah, it was put
This
the club.
dude's got an AFG on his shit. This guy is explaining all the munitions they found in the tunnels. So he's got an AFG.
Well, it looked like an M4. Like one of them had like a Tavor, and the other one had what looked to be an M4.
Yeah, looks like an LMT stock. It's expensive.
They got a lot of money to put whatever they want.
I was gonna say, what are you talking about? They're Jewish. They got all the money anyway.
They don't fuck around, that's for sure. There's some bad-ass soldiers.
And Israel, they definitely outfit those people, and since everybody has to like go into the military, you know, and your family can help you pay for that stuff. Like, you might as well get the best shit you can get, especially
maybe
if
it's
you're
a
going
bolter.
into that. Like, go with the
What kind of
best stuff.
stock is it? Because it looks like a generic stock, but it has like a contour to it on this M16.
I kind of thought it was one of them Voltor stocks.
It looks like a Volter where they took one side off.
Mhm.
At least this guy talking who's got the covers over his binoculars.
I saw an underfolder
What? I didn't see no underfolder.
right after he showed the RPG rockets. It was fully extended.
As far as I know, getting stuff from the United States when you're in Israel, it's like we're the same country. You can just have it shipped there. Not a big deal at all.
Ooh, Marco called it. There's definitely an underfolder. Fully extended.
So how'd the second chat go? Since I missed it. I was open carrying in a national forest.
Your single action.
Oh hell no. Glock 21, man. I are a Glock card.
Is that your EDC at 21?
No,
Or is that
my
just the park?
EDC is a 19.
Oh. So you were just overcompensating because you were around a lot of trees.
No, it's
Bear country, I feel you.
it's overcompensating. It's 45. Overcompensating.
That's what the 45 is. It's an AARP round.
What the 40 is.
The 40 is like the hipster round.
Exactly.
I was out in Mountain Hood National Forest a couple years back, and we were talking to, I think it's National Park Service police. I don't know if it's what their designation is, but the guy was carrying, he had two 1911s, like one on each hip, I just was like, oh, this guy's pretty serious.
The Ranger?
They weren't rangers; they were National Park Police. Like
They are
Well,
rangers.
that's
They're
a-
federal
that's a-
marshal. What they are.
No,
They're
it's a,
I know a
The way
lot
that
of
works-
Park Service Rangers, and they never carry. But
okay.
90% of
There is a law enforcement branch of the National Forest Service.
yeah,
they were almost all federalized a couple years ago.
I mean they're definitely part of the federal
Before that,
government.
it was just a branch which were considered their level of law enforcement was considered ranger, or I mean federal marshal. That's what their status was essentially, that they were working for. So they drove green trucks and all that, but they carried pistols and ammo and all that.
Yeah, he had like I don't know what he was driving. It was something like
A Bronco,
something similar
like
to that. but-
OJ. Yeah, they still got a bunch of all them old mid.
He was a young
So-
guy, pretty young, but they was basically labeled as National Park Service Police. It was,
Yeah, that's the new title or whatever when they changed it all. Back when I was a kid, it was in the 90s. It was like federal, the marshal or the law enforcement, and then there was the rangers. And I don't know what they're doing now for the basic rangers, but I know they changed it so a good portion of them are law enforcement now.
yeah, I mean he was in in a law enforcement capacity, and I just thought it was amazing. He was wearing two 1911s, one on each hip. I just thought it was the coolest thing. It's like, yeah.
I knew an old guy around here that carries a broom handle Mauser.
So
He
that's
passed
awesome.
away.
I guess
then
it's like for the most part, you don't have to deal with a whole lot of BS, and you're just like hanging out in the woods. Like, why wouldn't you?
He was just an old man, lived up in the mountains. When he'd go to the city, he'd wear a CZ-52 and a weird little holster that didn't fit it. Because that was his theory was that he was most likely to use it in the city, and if his gun got confiscated, he didn't want to lose his Mauser.
Oh, yeah, it was a pain in the ass to get a hold of.
Right.
I think G-Webs thinks he's on the park. I don't know what he's thinking leaving.
I want Chris to get back in here because I want to know if he actually does or does not practice Eskrima. I want to hear more about the stick fighting.
He does.
It is Eskrima though that he does.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, he's from what I understand, he's versed with the stick version and the blade version.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, Marco had some post about a French, like that French cane style fighting that they use. But Skrima's awesome. Those guys are scary as shit.
Yeah, they are, especially when you replace their sticks with a 3-foot razor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Foot and a half razor, sorry.
I don't know. All those Filipino martial arts are super cool. I knew a bunch of Filipino dudes growing up, and yeah, that kind of stuff is super awesome.
I want him to join because I want to talk to him more about the ammo he's trading me, and I want to show him his knife that's finally completed.
Where's my ammo?
Well, I was looking at it. It's like $60 for a case of the Red Army Standard AK ammo
Yeah.
at my gun store. And I don't know if it's a case, but it's not the little boxes of 20. It's the big box with a bunch of little boxes in it. And
I think it's a 180 round pack.
Yeah, they're like $65 at with tax. And I'm wondering what he's getting them for, because that's how he's paying me for the knife.
I don't
Is
like
that
driving
enough?
around to find it, so I've been finding it for like $5.50 or so a box for 20.
Yeah, I buy Tula at Walmart for about $5.54, $5.56.
Yeah, just slowly picking up boxes here and there.
Yeah.
I went and bought like a shower curtain and laundry detergent and something like that, like at Walmart the other day, and then bought a bunch of boxes of ammo. I probably weirded out the cashier.
Yeah. I was working on a project that had nothing to do with it, and I was buying matches. And this kid looked at me and was like, "What are you making, some kind of grenade or something with these strike anywhere matches?" and I gave him the fucking worst dead eye I've ever given anybody. I was livid because he's just talking about that kind of shit in Walmart, and I was doing a project that was totally unrelated to anything incendiary or explosive. I wanted the matchsticks. As a tumbling medium, in case anyone's interested.
You should have just been like, no, asshole, I'm a $1 million artist that makes like houses out of matchsticks, and they sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you'll never be able to afford one.
I should have said something to him, but I was just kind of livid that he would bring something like that up.
Eat a dick, you sort of little plick.
I would have just looked at him and been like, or nah, motherfucker, and just walk. Would have been a perfect
So many
or
more
nah
things you
moment.
can do with matchsticks. That's funny.
Right? So you have a camera, Mark? Can you watch? I had a bunch of fucking sweet knives today.
In a little bit. I'm kind of preoccupied at the moment.
No worries. I've already showed them off like 3 or 4 times on the chat, so. I'm just stoked. I'm a knife dealer now,
Sweet.
as well as a knife maker.
But Adam says her life didn't start to fall apart until social media got involved. Her fiance, Gary Brown Sr., the man who fathered 10 of her
Gary Brown? 10 kids? Damn.
That's nothing.
Oh, you're watching that shit?
No, I can hear it coming through your shit.
That doesn't sound very appealing.
I don't understand why shit comes through my headphones when I've got my shit all off.
Because it's loud enough, it'll pick it up. Turn it down. What's your problem?
Yeah, but the microphone's like off, so what's picking it up?
I have 2 huge speakers playing this here, and I got them apparently so people don't pick it up.
Well, no, it's not coming through on my computer speakers. I have like headphones, and I can like barely hear it.
Maybe it's just sensitive.
Now it is that shit. This dumb bitch has 15 fucking kids. 10 of them are by one guy at least, so she's not a total like whore. But holy mackerel.
Some people don't believe in birth control.
Well, that's fine, except she's trying to figure out who's gonna fucking pay for them, because she thinks somebody else ought to be paying for them. I'm gonna finish watching this real quick.
Probably not with the time.
Holy shit. The city is paying this woman's rent, and they bought her a whole shitload of furniture, and she says that's not enough, and then it shows her in like this room full of kids, and she's like, somebody needs to pay for all these kids in this house. Shut the fuck up and get a set of fucking C-clamps and put on your knees.
Hey, Wesley, did you ever see Divergent?
No.
I just downloaded that joint.
There's a pretty cool 22 pistol. A Rising 22 automatic.
Your link to it?
What does that mean, fad and fast?
Fading fast.
Oh, okay.
He's fading like a jump shot.
Mention that, the shoe boy, the basketball reference.
Oh, I totally wanted to talk to you, Mark. I know you saw Paul George.
Who's that?
Indiana player. They were doing a USA scrimmage, and he snapped his ankle.
I heard some dude broke his leg. I didn't hear.
Snapped it. Here,
I don't know. I've been out of the loop for 2 days, so.
let me get you a link. So
I
you know what that
I
means?
even missed my boy getting in the Hall of Fame. That sucks.
You know what that means? That means the Wizards move up one space in the East.
I'll get the number 2 pick. Woo!
Nah, we're gonna finish like top 3 in the East. What we got? Cleveland,
right behind Cleveland.
No, probably after Chicago.
No, Cleveland won't be as bad this year.
Cleveland will probably finish number 1 in the East. Then you got Chicago
No,
probably
they won't be
finishing number 2.
They ain't got enough to back up the boy.
Who?
Keep him number 1. They'll probably get
They
second
got
or
Kyrie
third.
Irving, and they're probably gonna get Kevin Love.
Yeah, I doubt that.
They're not going to get Kevin Love.
That's gonna go through watch.
I doubt they can afford him. Dude, he's
They're going to give away that Wiggins kid if they do.
All right, let me see this. They give you a good pause. Oh, it's so tragic. All right, Mark, enjoy this. It helps if you eat or drink something while watching it. It was a great game, too.
Oh boy, a 30-second advertisement for... They still haven't said yet. Ooh, Haagen-Dazs. Oh, pucker. That made my butthole pucker. Ow.
Foul ball. Home run.
No, dude, watch the video. Fast forward to about 108 or so.
It's horrible. Sheesh.
Okay, I can't watch that no more.
Him Yankee keeps putting up videos, but he's never hasn't been on here for a while. I think he went AWOL.
Here the other night, I thought.
I think his wife's got him tied up in his basement for buying them AKs and all that ammo.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, I think she thinks it's cool. If she didn't complain with all
That
those
made my
things.
butthole pucker.
Hello.
That made my butthole pucker really bad. I'll watch it again.
Huck said he liked it.
It wasn't. I didn't dislike it.
Some find that pucker enjoyable.
Hey yo. So is anybody concerned about freaking our government transporting a fucking doctor with Ebola here?
But it's a doctor, so why would you be worried?
We solved that problem last night.
That's the best logic ever.
Right?
He's a doctor.
He's a doctor. He knows what he's doing.
That's right up there with why wipe your ass again? You're just gonna poop. No. Do not bring that shit into my country.
What is it? I think the Philippines just had like their first reported case of Ebola. Someone came over and
Oh, you're lying.
Ouch.
The Philippines
Ouch.
are real dense too. Like especially like in the major cities, they're real dense.
There's only 2 major cities there anyway.
Yeah, but they got like
Manila and
they're pretty big.
Manila and Cebu. Well, hopefully it doesn't get that bad. I mean, I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've been in the Philippines, but last time I was there, if anything breaks out, it's gonna be bad.
When was the last time you went back, Chris?
1989.
Oh, really?
Probably the same. That's the same year I left. That's the last time I was there.
Oh, really? So, okay. So you never gone back?
Nope.
Chris,
Can't afford to go back.
lock on to me for a bit so you can check this out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm watching now.
This thing's fucking awesome.
Oh, nice. I like that. I like that.
Simple flat wrap. It's got the
I like
colors.
that. It matches. It matches. Yep.
And then where do you see this Hammond? All right.
Oh, nice. You got it out. Nice.
So I don't know how well it'll show, but it ends about here. The rest of it is the black. Like it's
Nice.
fucking
Yep, I
because
see
it's
that.
the tip of the sword. Remember?
Yeah.
Like it runs like perfect here, and then runs up like here, and the whole tip is tempered, which is awesome for a knife. Like
Yeah.
fucking beautiful. Came out awesome.
Nice.
It's got a nice gray and a nice darker blackish for the Hammond.
Nice.
Came out pretty cool. The only thing I have left to do, it take me about 2 minutes, is since it started, the weather's been changing, it's gotten kind of loose. So
Okay.
I'm gonna shim that up for you so it locks in nice and tight.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna make a Molly leather frog for you.
Oh, nice.
We'll strap to you, so you can either have it like this, or you can slide it into the frog and clip it in, and then clip it to your Molly.
Good. I have a box of Red Army Standard waiting for you.
Awesome. I was gonna ask you about that. I saw them. They're about $60 at my gun store. Is that what they cost down there?
45.50 or
Oh, okay.
50. Yeah, your place is always expensive when it comes to 7.62 Super 39.
It's expensive when it comes to just about everything. There's a few things
Yeah.
that are standard price, but
Except for 22s.
yeah, 22s are okay.
Yeah.
I bought a box of Gold Dot yesterday, 9mm, 115 grain Gold Dot was $27. So I don't know how that is. That's about standard, I think.
Jeez.
Box
Yeah,
of 20
okay.
or box of 50?
Box of 20. It wasn't Golden Saber or whatever. It was Gold Dot.
Okay. Well, that's okay. That's one box of Red Army, and then my
Awesome.
holster will be another box of Red Army.
Fuck yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah. I need what they call this. I need to visit my supplier again. Hopefully this will have some. I'll get your ammo one way or the other.
Yeah, no worries. I'm not in any huge rush. I'll feel a little bit. If if you don't get the ammo, you could do. Didn't you say you can get mags for like $20?
I can get mags. What type of mags do you want?
Steel ones.
If I can find them, yeah.
If you can get them for like $20, I'd rather have a box of ammo and a couple mags.
Okay.
I don't want
You
to
still
order
got
them.
them for $11, man.
Yeah, but I don't want to order them right now. I'm doing a little trade, it's easier for me to get 2 mags from Chris than it is to order 2 mags from somewhere else, because then I got to go and use money that's in my bank account, and
Or I can get you like mags and fill them up with ammo.
there you go.
2 mags with 60 rounds. That's 60 rounds. So that's an equivalent.
Yeah, how many are in those cases of Red Army? I didn't even look. I just saw that.
180.
180?
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's a range pack.
Gotcha. Yeah, whatever works. I'm not, I don't care either way, so.
Okay. I'll get you something.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that. That looks good.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It came out good. I'm glad you like it. I didn't glue the wrapping to the knife, but I glued the wrapping knots and everything, so the wrapping is good and secure, but you can still break it loose and use it if you had to.
Yeah, I'll take a look at the what do you call this? I'm gonna need to get the feel. If it spins in my hand very well, fairly well, that'll be great.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And then if it doesn't, you can always alter the knot, or I can always alter the knot or something. We can change the shape of it still.
All right.
It's pretty cool having the clean canvas, the wood canvas to start with.
Yep. Cool. So what else is new?
I'm a knife dealer now. I bought a bunch of knives, and I'm buying some more. Where do I start? Almost all of them are German made. This is a German Boy Scout knife. It's
Nice.
gorgeous. Very, very good condition. And I got them all for a screaming deal.
It's like a Hitler Youth knife.
It's basically what it is, except for after the war, it was just a Boy Scout knife. I mean,
You find a mutilated swastika? It's like I got this softest.
I wouldn't be able to sell it if they had anything like that.
Oh yeah.
And then this is a copy of a German war dagger made in Germany. So this thing's pretty nice. It's a very, very high quality blade on it. Very nice grinds and stuff. All of them are like immaculate. The thing is, I bought them for one price it was really cheap, and I got it for all of them. And I have to restore them all. I have to clean them all up and make sheets for them and stuff. So, but if I sell from a lot more than I paid, I'm going to give the guy a little bonus. This is a U.S. Boy Scout knife from Western Cutlery, probably 50s or 60s, if I had to guess.
Okay.
The Florida Lou on it or whatever symbol. Very, very pretty. Also mirror polished. You can see my keyboard there.
I like the curvature right there. That's a nice.
Oh yeah, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous knife.
Is that a stack leather?
Yeah, it's stacked leather with exposed tang, which is even harder to do. So it's got the full tang all the way down. And yeah, basically it's a tang, and then they cut off stripe down the center of the tang that's just hollow. So it's got it's hard to explain, but yeah, that's one of the.
I can see how you can do it, but it's just crazy. That's like extra work.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's back when they used to have real craftsmanship. Here's a standard. This is a Cutmaster. This was U.S. issue at one point, fighting knife. This is also stacked leather, which is cool. More traditional. Just, the tang goes all the way through. Very cool little knife. Also mirror polished.
Nice.
These are the Tour de Force, or whatever you want to call them. These are all Karl Schlipper, which is a very rare knife maker from Germany. There's
Antler.
Yep, Antler. And they're all from different companies. They're his designs from each from a different company. And should get a good price for it. And then this is the big one. This was the reason I paid so much for the lot, is because I'm hoping to get a bunch for this one. So the blade grind on it is insanely perfect. Like the angles they put on it. So I got all those. It's a pretty exciting lot. And I'll be making a good penny on them, hopefully. And then there's this one, which is one I finished tonight that I already made a sheath for.
I think this is one of your bigger hauls yet.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing, is that this is, I was just saying like 2 weeks ago, I need to get into buying, restoring, and reselling knives. And and then it was actually a buddy of Ryan's that hooked me up with this. He needed money, and he was selling off, collection of knives, his dad's knives or something that were, he didn't collect knives, he just got them in the estate or whatever. So he sold them to me, and I'm gonna restore them all. Like this one I did today. It's got I did all the tooling on it.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. So anyway, yeah, I was able to help Ryan's buddy out, and then if I sell these for a whole lot, Ryan will get a little piece of the action for hooking me up.
Oh, nice.
And if I sell them for a whole lot more than what I expected to sell them for, I'll give his buddy another little bonus that he won't be expecting. So yeah, pretty sweet deal all around. And it should give me the kickstart to start buying other ones and buying lots of knives and so on.
There you go. Hey. They're very shiny. You have, we should get the, I like shiny knives, but sometimes I like, for field work, I like something that's a little bit more dull.
Oh, you're gonna like your Tanto. It's gray and black, so
There you go.
pretty nice acid etch on it. I did that today.
Can't wait to use it over at Van Buren over there.
Nice. One chop. They call you One Chop Chris.
No, I'm gonna go sneak behind. It's like, shh, shh, be quiet. I know, that's creepy.
Not the creepiest things these ever happen in these chats.
Yeah, there's been worse. Yep.
Definitely not.
I'm still baffled by Stone Guy assassinating the sleeping deer.
I don't remember that. What?
Yeah, some deer. He thought I got hit by a car or something, so he took a 380 out and took it out like a hitman.
What?
Fucking assassinated it. He said it was all like sleepy and like comatose in his front yard and acting all weird, so he was afraid of, and he fucking put it down. You have to get the story from him someday, but yeah, we give him shit all the time for being the deer assassin.
Yeah, people give me shit for freaking running over a freaking coyote.
Right? I don't know, man. That was pretty fucking amazing. It went inside your car.
Oh yeah, that was yeah. The grill it just went past the grill. It kind of like squeezed itself in between the grills and in this lodged itself in there. I may have permanent damage that one day will haunt me on that car. So,
Yep.
but that's okay. I have a lifetime warranty from the body shop. So.
Speaking of taking out animals, my our Chihuahua got its first taste of blood. It was chasing after this lizard, and I walked out to see what it was doing, and the lizard ran from me right into the Chihuahua's mouth. And he shook it for about 2 seconds and managed to sever its spine in that 2 seconds.
Oh wow! Yeah,
And it bit him, and he flipped it, let it go, and flipped it across the yard. So I had to go put the lizard down. But the Chihuahua's like ravenous now. Every time he sees like a little critter, he goes after it.
my Chihuahua hunts lizards in my backyard all the time. So.
That's less having to worry about them in the apocalypse. They'll feed themselves.
I know. If I'm in the apocalypse, I need to get a dog that's what do you call this? I need a dog that'll help me hunt and.
I was gonna say what? Fat and juicy. So you can
Dogs
make
are
circles?
Dogs are one of my biggest worries in the apocalypse because no matter how well trained they are, they're impossible to fully control. So it's like it's always a danger to me. Like that's what I see in a shit hit the fan situation. The dog is more of a danger than an asset unless you're going to just keep them in the house and eat them. But having to take one out and do stuff with it, I don't know any dog that I would trust. And I spent years working with my dog.
Yeah, I need to see if I can afford a good dog one day, like medium sized mutt.
Get a healer, dude. Get a Mad Max dog. Those things are smart.
Bob's coming down. You could try to domesticate him.
No.
Hey, get an old biker dog.
Nope.
Biker dog.
You show them the way here, I'll show them the way back out. Now you see me. Get the fuck out of here.
You're gonna make Bob sad.
Good.
Well, what if he's listening?
I'm sorry, but I mean, any other person will be fine. I have nothing really against it, Bob, but I don't know. It's just he annoys the shit out of me.
He's just Canadian. Well, Great Laker is almost Canadian.
Almost Canadian. So he's almost annoying.
Bork is like 90% Canadian.
If you need us to tame Bob, just give us a call.
Yeah,
Keep him under control.
Yeah, I need to get me a medium-sized dog. I'm gonna call him Zool.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
You know what that's from? You know what that's from, right?
Ghostbusters?
You say
Yep.
if you don't know, you got a bigger problem.
Yep, Ghostbusters.
Back when Sigourney
Whereas in
Weaver was super hot.
media, we just call it Rick Moranis' greatest movie.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
well-
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was not bad.
Yeah, there you go.
It's pretty
I'm
good.
kidding.
No, Rick Moranis' greatest movie was Little Shop of Horrors.
No. Strange Brew.
Strange Brew.
Strange Brew.
No.
Well, he pretty much, is a Canadian stereotype. He said "eh" after every almost phrase, not sentence, phrase.
He is Canadian.
Oh boy. Yeah. There's this guy on YouTube who made the name Zool a meme. So I wanna be able to say every time I'm with the dog I say Zool motherfucker Zool.
You should name him Stains. That way when he runs away, you can yell out the door, "Come Stains! Come Stains!"
But
we should have a chat about that. It's like, in self-defense in home defense is a dog valuable?
In home defense, absolutely.
Yep. And then we should measure the value of a dog for home defense and what dog would be good for home defense. Yeah.
Dog pics. Put up your dog pics.
Whose dog is that?
It's dog pics time. Put up your dog pics.
I don't have a dog pic. My brother owns my dog, our dogs, so I don't have any pictures of them. I have a Chiweenie and a Basenji. Basenji can't bark, so
What the hell's a Chiweenie?
Chihuahua / wiener dog.
Alrighty then.
I would want one. I want one of those. Chiweenie. That's awesome.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's it's just a Dachshund / Chihuahua, and it makes a good dog. It's a very healthy dog, so I prefer mutts because they live longer and they don't have any diseases.
Problems.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
health problems.
What? Ghostbusters.
Yes, this is the unreleased game.
Oh, jeez.
See, I can choose the four guys
Bankman.
plus Lewis. I can choose Lewis too. He's right here in the corner, right here. Venkman? Yeah, I got Venkman. And Winston's blue. I don't know why they called him blue. I'll choose Lewis all the
Looks like they have access to about 4 colors in that.
time. Oh, hey, what's it called? This Beaver. Did you see my cowboy gun yet?
You got it?
Yeah, give me a second here. Let me did my screen share.
No, I haven't. I've been here for 2 days. Friday was. Oh, my knee can't hear me. Friday was crazy at work, so I didn't even have my phone on me to listen. And I went camping.
What? Nice.
Yeah, don't make me open the safe.
Action on us.
Hold on, let me unload this.
I was gonna say, what are you doing? I just saw shinies in the end of that. I saw you put your finger on the hammer.
I didn't put my. It's single actions. I put my finger on the hammer. On the hammer. Oh yeah, I had to
Quarter cock. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I just saw your thumb go up. I'm like, no. There's shinies, and then as you said it, as you did that, you said you were unloading it, so it's all good.
Yeah, I have some Horde and the critical defense 357 magnums in there. So yep.
How's the hammer pull?
Oh,
Oh, not trigger pull, hammer pull.
I know. I have to. Very smooth, easy. It's large. I can just easily grab it. So.
Good Vaquero spur. Cool.
Yep, Pieda Pistolero.
Okay, turn it around.
Where?
Towards where your right index finger is. Or is it
Okay.
your left? Yeah. Now move it. I want to see basically the barrel at that view. Just okay.
the
There's a screw on the end of that. Make sure that stays tight.
Where? Oh, right here?
That holds it to the barrel. Yeah, make sure that stays tight. I've lost
Oh yeah.
a couple of them.
Oh yeah. I there were some loose screws on this, and I got a screwdriver, and I made sure they're all tight in there. So.
Yeah, I'm just.
Yep. I have to. Did you ever have to whittle down your front sight?
Yes.
Okay, because yeah, this was tall.
Actually, to be honest, I just taught myself to move the sight picture an eighth up in the front.
Okay. Yeah, I'm whittling it down just a little bit more. But if I shoot single hand though, just my arm movement actually puts it on target. The recoil puts it on target. Otherwise, though, it's a very accurate guy, especially with 38 specials.
Well, the reason for all that is your super hot loads will be right on the money.
Oh yeah. This is nice. Yep. What you got there? Is that you? Is that you, Laker? Okay.
Yep.
Which one is that? Is that actual Colt?
Yeah, that's an old Colt Frontier 6 shooter. It's a single action army in 4440 Winchester.
4440. Oh, classic round. Okay.
I'd love to go shoot that, but it's just so goddamn old. I don't feel comfortable taking it out there. I'm looking at Cimarron makes some replicas in 4440, and I might try to pick one of those up at some point in time.
I've got a Bisley in 38 long that I'm scared to shoot as well.
Yeah, it's just make sure those loads are right. Otherwise, that's oh god.
That, and I don't know where to find.
Yep. What grips will work with this? You guys do all pretty much work the same? Like cold grips and stuff like that?
I would assume Colt.
Cold grips,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting a Vaquero pretty recently, but kind of shelved it to try to get one of the Cimarron models.
Because this one doesn't have a screw in the middle, so it's probably just held in place. Then I have to take this part out, take the screw
Screw in the
out,
middle of what?
or middle of the grip right here.
Should be.
There's nothing.
Interesting.
I think they're just held in place, or
There has to be something.
I have to disassemble this and find out what the.
Sometimes they had them behind the the medallion that's encased in the side.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This one doesn't have a medallion, so.
Oh, they're straight wood. Okay.
I think they just. I think they were just put in place, or they're glued, or something. But there's screws here. There's screws here that I can take apart and start, getting it out.
Where? Where on the bottom?
Yes, there's a screw right here.
Oh yeah, that'll be it. Those will probably release something that clamps them in place, or at least open a spot maybe that you can get to them. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a gap right there, just like a separation right there.
Yeah.
So they'll just probably plop open. This will come out. Oh, cool. That's cool. I'll just I'll get some cold grips. I want to get some pearl grips for this guy. Pearl or heaven forbid, or faux ivory. There you go.
My Rugas are fake ivory. I like them a lot.
Hmm.
Suck a little bit when your hand gets
Yeah.
sweaty, but they're not bad.
Fake pearl is actually really nice too. It makes some real high quality fake pearl.
350 for this guy. So,
It's not bad.
well, part of that was part of that deal is I gave it was originally 450, but I sold my what do you call this? I sold my my Blood 9.
What? DB's gonna be so upset.
I have no use for the damn thing. It's a heavy compact gun. It's so counterintuitive. It's a small gun that's heavy as a freaking. It's heavier than my Ruger P85.
What did you get?
It was a what do you call this? A South African.
Yeah.
Yeah, my South African gun. Yeah. So yeah, it's a waste of space. I don't even know why they carry that. That thing is freaking heavy for the size. I don't know why I bought it. So there was there will be a time, and I tell you, every new gun owners, there will be a time when you will buy shitty guns, especially on your first year. Other thing I like about this is it has a drop safe. It's kind of a drop safe, so it's just right there. It's drop safe.
Has anyone ever shot one of the Vector CP model pistols? They're made in South Africa.
Oh, Vector? Hmm.
Yeah, I always wanted to try one of those.
Is that the one that looks like it's all curvy and stuff like that? All
Yeah,
smooth
it's
line?
super curvy.
Yeah.
Everything is like the whole slide is like molded into the frame and everything.
Yeah, I saw that on The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I mean they only made them through 2001, but
What that girl was shooting it, that teenage chick. Had it in third season.
I've heard bad and good things about them, but
Yeah, it
I
looks
just
all
don't
nice
want-
and smooth and streamlined. Let's see here. Maybe Yankee will buy one of these. Yeah, it looks space age. It's like it's made out of rubber.
no, everything about it's super. Like the trigger has like a weird safety mechanism built into it. It's kind of similar to the Glock, but not really.
What is the? There's no weight. 1.58 pounds.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
jump out. I'll see you guys later.
Oh, there, man. Thanks for the knife, man. 1.58 pounds. That seems a little heavy. Let's see, how many ounces is that?
Single action internal hammer. That's crazy.
Oh, it's a single action hammer?
That's an internal hammer, yeah.
Well, that's weird.
And it has a safety on the trigger guard. So you can like flick it out with your finger and like push it back on the trigger guard. That's pretty bizarre.
Let's see. From pounds. Okay, that's 1.56. Is that it? 58. Sorry, 1.58. 2 ounces. 25 ounces for a little gun. That's weighty.
I mean, it was made in the mid-90s in South Africa, so I mean, come on.
They like to make heavy guns, don't they?
It's just it's such a bizarre design.
It is. It's like a caracal. That's a weird trigger too.
I'd almost think that Caracal's probably like has more development that went into it than the Vector did. I mean, the gun's only 6 years that they put it out, something like that. 5 years.
I can hear you, Beef.
Oh, am I breathing?
Yeah,
Sorry, I moved the mic up.
you're cool. Finally cleaned my AK after a long time. What do you guys think of the, the powder blast?
Powder blast?
It's a cleaner. It's like a CLP. It's like
Oh.
but it's a solvent.
Never heard of it.
Oh.
That doesn't mean much. I'm
The
a
Safari
happy whore.
Land Powder Blast. Is that what you're talking about?
Hold on. Let me look for.
Pretty sure I have a can of that sitting around.
Powder blast gun cleaner. Let's see. It's like CLP. Break free or break free.
It's a break free brand from Safariland, yeah. It's pretty good. It's super expensive. I still have a can of it sitting around, but pretty much brake cleaner is the same thing as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Or-
The good thing I like about this is if I might as well go to brake cleaner if that's the case. But when I clean my gun, I use it when I spray my AK with it. It makes it easier to get to clean out the receiver.
Yeah, it works really good. It breaks free parts, like any sort of carb. Like it basically works like carb cleaner, where it just dries up immediately and also blows away any moisture.
Oh yeah, it dries up like almost immediately, and my AK was a lot easier to clean with it. I haven't cleaned it after I shot like 500 rounds out of it, or I haven't cleaned it yet. So I finally got around to it.
The actual CLP that Safariland or Break Free puts out, but the powder blast stuff that they do, I can't tell really the difference between using carb cleaner or brake cleaner, something where it just like blasts all that crap off of there and it doesn't leave any material whatsoever. It leaves it super dry, so you got to treat it right afterwards, and it blows away any kind of moisture or whatever. But I don't think I'll ever buy it again, just because you can just seriously just get like cheap, whatever the cheapest, brake cleaner, like brake dust remover or carb cleaner, and it works exactly the same.
Looks like something to think about.
I mean, it's nice to blast that stuff out of there, but if you can, I just, soak it in diesel fuel or something if you want to break up hard deposits and stuff. Any kind of gasoline, around old two-stroke mix.
Alright, I'll just get brake cleaner for my AKs then.
Yeah, I mean,
Stop using a toothbrush.
Yeah, you just like put it in there and blast that stuff out. Go in there with the toothbrush a little bit, and then make sure you go in with something you can like actually, clean and lubricate if you need to later. You guys don't have a whole lot of problem with rust down there because you just don't have the humidity, right?
No. Yeah, because humidity is very rare here, and we only go about 80 to 60%, but that's about it.
Mm.
And it's only like for a couple of months. For the majority of the time, it's mostly dry.
Man, this is pretty dead on to the actual movie. That's kind of awesome.
I know. This is very more, the Ghostbusters 2, yeah, this is more accurate to the movie than the other ones that they released here. The ones that they released here are shit. Crap! And the problem is I don't have cheat codes for this because it wasn't. They never made.
What was this originally released for?
It was released in Europe.
Yeah, but
It's NES. It's NES.
It's NES. Oh, jeez.
It was released for the NES, but because Atari had the rights to release it.
Yeah.
Has to release. HAL, the company made this, couldn't get it released in the U.S. So Atari says, "Hey, we have a shitty game, and that we're gonna have you play. We don't want to get this nice, cool game." This is other than the Sega Genesis one, this is like the best Ghostbusters game out. They came out here. Shit. Ah, fuck. Should have played Harold Ramis. They're still thinking about making a movie.
Yeah, I heard something recently that they're gonna reboot it, where it's all like a new Ghostbusters.
Oh, they're just gonna.
All girls.
What?
Like an all-female Ghostbuster team.
You know what? I have nothing against something like that, but I know a lot of people would be pissed off if that happens.
I'm all for it if, like, it's like Charlie's Angels and Bill Murray is the,
They've been there, done that. They tried that already.
I guess Bill Murray is all on board if they do make one.
What the hell? You see, so I finally saw Jaeger's bunch of videos on his new guns and stuff. Just testing out his new guns.
Yeah, what happened? Did like Century call him and just be like, "Hey, we'll send you all these."
Well, yeah, we'll send you a lot of shit here, and
He had the C96, and I was like, "Oh, I can imagine him getting a C96 and wanting to like muck around with that," but then it was just like, oh shit, now he's got every gun that Century is importing out of nowhere.
Oh yeah. Freaking, yeah.
I have no complaints if somebody's like, being offered T&E guns or something like that, but it's kind of weird that all of his new videos are all just.
Oh yeah. He pretty much revealed that there's one flaw with the VZ and it gets really fucking hot. So.
Oh, every
Even
video I've
gloves
seen,
on.
anybody who shoots those, they get hot as hell, and the one I have, it gets super hot. I don't know how to really.
Freaking Bob didn't say
What do
nothing
they
about
really
that.
do with that? I don't know what the remedy is for that.
What do you call this? Aftermarket furniture.
Yeah, just have to buy a new forend for it or something. I mean, I kind of wonder if it's like the barrel, like maybe something about like the barrel being like slightly off spec or something creates more friction. I don't know a whole lot about that, but they're made by Green Mountain, I think. All the VZ 2008s.
Son of a bitch. Well, my games don't work. Fucker. Oh well. Well, I'll do it later. Yeah, he shot the Canik. He likes that. He had 1911.
Reviews of all of the Turkish clones. People have little complaints here or there, but I mean, for $200 less, like I don't know if they have like a break-in period or whatever, but
If it's just a break-in period, then it's worth it. Break-in periods are not problems. If you figured out that the gun needs a break-in period and it's what do you call it?
Always true.
a lot of the CZ clones, they came in under like some other brand, like they had like a little dolphin as a logo or something.
Canik.
But, yeah, it was the same company, yeah, but I think they were marketed as something else. I can't remember what the brand name was. But
Well, there are two types of Canik. Canik Scorpion and Canik...
the Shark was one of them, and that's like kind of like a Jericho-looking one.
Yep.
But everybody I've ever heard who's gotten one of those thought they were fantastic. They love them. I mean, I don't know how Rick, they probably don't do the same thing that James Yeager is going to do to a gun, but they seem to like them a lot. They take all the same, you can buy grips and you can buy parts for them, and they all just drop right in. So they're a pretty direct clone, and they loved all the CZ versions, and if the TP9 is going to be like a pretty good Walther clone, like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, the TP9 is ever since fucking Nothing Fancy, man. All pretty much G&G sales ran out of the good stuff. Right? They ran out of the desert tan colored ones because of that.
Yeah, I know J&G and Bud's Gun Shop were selling them for dirt cheap, and they were trying to push them like, hey, these are really good. Somebody should check them out. And then I don't know if they like sent them off to those guys or.
Oh yeah.
I mean, granted, they probably have enough money to be like, okay, well, if there's some buzz about it, like we should pick them up and check them out. But
the only gun freaking Nothing Fancy has a trouble selling is the PF9.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's a hard sell. He probably got a few suckers to buy into it, but that's a hard sell.
I don't know. Turkey makes a lot of good stuff, and I mean, as far as like engineering and like manufacturing stuff, they've kind of been one of the best. I don't know what you call them. They're an Eastern European country, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, they're kind of like more Central European, yeah.
Yeah, if they were like the heart of the Byzantine Empire, like, give them some fucking credit. So.
But what do you call this? I bought my dad a Winchester SPX shotgun. I think it's SPX, but it's the one with the red outline on it. He loves that shotgun. It's like $300.
Yeah. I know guys who are, I mean, they've been doing metal work for a long time. They make really high quality metal work in all sorts of fields. I mean, their cymbals, I know it's probably completely unrelated, but music-wise, like, Zildjian makes pretty awesome stuff as far as cymbals are concerned. I'm sure people will complain that I said that, but not an easy thing to make.
Let's see. Well, let's take a look at a few updates here. Beaver, what's going on with you? What you been up to?
Nothing, just fucking work.
Are you working right now?
No, I've been so damn busy.
Yeah.
I get home, I don't want to do anything. I'm not camping this weekend. It's kind of cool, I guess.
Oh, cool. Let's see. Let's see if the panic has set in already. And last time I checked, 7.62 by 39 hasn't been really going. You know, nope. Panic has not set in yet. There's still some decently priced 7.62 by 39 out there.
I haven't seen any problems in the pricing on that. Like, I find it cheap all over the place. As far as I know, there's not going to be any sort of ammo ban.
No, yeah. Well, there not many groups are selling 500 half cases, 500 round half cases, which I usually get. But they do still have some decent 1,000 rounders.
SG.
SG ammo, yep. SG ammo does have a half case, but most of their stuff are like 1,000 rounders.
Yeah, I always say just buy it in town. If you can, like, buy a couple packs every week or a couple of times you head out to the store, just do that. Like, buying it in bulk's fine, but honestly, like, you don't save that much money, frankly. If you're going to go shoot like 500 rounds in a weekend, then yeah, that makes sense, but otherwise just be patient and just buy what you can.
I get them for like what do you call this? I'm preparing, to see if I'm still banking on getting that class next year for Jaeger, and after that, I'm just gonna be buying maybe after I'm done with this class, and I still got a decent amount of ammo. I'm just gonna make sure I fill up my ammo cans. B, I may get I'll slow down and get maybe one box of Red Army Standard if they still exist. Once a month instead of buying a $500 rounds every couple of months.
Yeah, if I could pop out to a store and buy a 500 round box, like, I would definitely do it. I think they're opening up Cabela's in September, just outside of Portland. I'll probably have to hit that.
Yep.
Cabela's, they're a little expensive.
Yeah, but they got it.
Yeah, true. I know that. But when
I'm excited if they have 22. I mean, I have a lot of 22 saved up, but I'd like to be able to drive someplace and look at a bunch of other stuff and then still maybe walk away with like 500 rounds of 22 just for my effort of driving down there, not have to pay shipping on it. Like, anything that keeps it under 10 cents a round is going to be fantastic. So,
when I bought like a 640 rounder from a 640 round spam can from Cabela's, it was at it was $220 for 640 rounds. That's what, so that's a little bit much. I can get for 220 rounds. I can get 1,000 rounds for like online.
yeah.
So I had to buy it because I had to go to next day was Jaegers. I needed ammo. I sold my freaking charter arms for that.
Yeah. You make it sound terrible. The class was way worth it.
I didn't say it was terrible. It's just that like it's kind of short notice. There was nothing terrible about the class. It's like I wish I would. On my part, I wish I was a little bit more prepared for it, like I'm preparing for it now. Yeah. The guy expects people to have like a shitload of ammo, so hey, I need to get a shitload of ammo. My local, range has classes for like they have you shoot maybe like 200 rounds for the class for beginner's rifle. Oh, storm!
Sorry. I was trying to turn the fan up and all the lights are off. I couldn't find the button. So it breathed in my face.
It's like there's a hurricane!
We got our power bill for last month. The AC has been turned up.
It's been ridiculous out here. Bought an AC and for the first time in like 7 years.
My AC is decently set. I'm paying like $270 a month for electricity every month for a year, so I'm saving up on summer. Granted, I'm not making that money back in the winter like I usually do, but in the winter time, I'd be paying only like $100 a month for electricity.
Yeah, all our bills basically come in the winter. It doesn't really get that cold out here, but the house has no insulation in it because of whenever it was built. Like, they just assumed like no one would.
Yeah, the house I grew up in had newspaper.
Yep, it's like all the walls are filled with newspaper. It's terrible. Our house was built in 1918, so.
I don't know, it was built in the 40s.
It was just blown up.
Yeah, there's differences in different places. Like in places you'll be spending more money heating the place up than here it's we spend more money cooling the place up and I keep the windows open in the winter.
Yeah. Well, the thing that sucks is our the living quarters up here are all in like a refinished attic, so it just heats up like insane amounts in the summer. It hasn't been really that bad, but for some reason this summer it's just been horrible. I mean, not that bad, I can't complain too much, but when it gets into the 90s, it gets into the 100, 106 or so upstairs. So.
Okay, wait, it gets cooler again. No, the thing is this: the cooler it gets, the more I shoot.
Yep, I love the winters out here. They're fantastic.
I feel like rain.
Don't mind it.
Oh, that's fucking depressing.
I love all the rain, and I love the 60s and 50s with the nice cool drizzle or something. That's the perfect time to go outside and hit the woods. I just hate the heat, and I hate snow. I don't know how I put up with it for so long, but it's a perfect climate out here.
The only thing I hate about rain here in Arizona is that when it rains, it'll be humid the next day.
Everything floods like a motherfucker.
That too. We get flash floods in places.
You're driving out through the middle of the desert, and all of a sudden the road goes down about 10 feet for 100 yards, and then back up.
Oh yeah, those are fun, especially in Texas. When I was driving home from South Carolina back to Arizona, crossing to Texas, there was a lot of those roads where you like go down and then back up. I want to see. Do a video for. I would call this cowboy guns for home defense.
I'd watch that.
Yep. Basically, it's just. I mean, they're very super accurate. The only problem is you need to have somebody cover you if you're in a firefight, because this is a bitch to load.
Well, it's like the New York reload's having 2 guns, right? But what's a Tombstone reload, like having 3, 4 guns on you?
No, you have friends with guns.
Yeah.
That's what the cowboy reloads are. It's like, okay, cover me.
Wake your buddy up from a drunken stupor and hand him a Winchester.
Pretty much. My dad hates cowboy guns. It's like, yeah, I love revolvers, but man, cowboy guns are a bitch to reload. I guess they haven't thought of the crane, using cranes yet. Well, Smith & Wesson at the time had the top brake all patented, so Colt had to do had to have a system. So.
Yeah. I mean, I got a picture of it somewhere. That's a Colt 1901, but I think it was the 1890.
Yeah.
97 was like one of the first crane arm loading revolvers.
Yep. I love how the old revolvers have that low profile barrel. The barrel kind of like goes down like that. It's
Yeah, basically, like they just integrated that right into the design of a single action army style frame. They just put that, there's a little bit bigger hump in there so you can get that double action in there.
Yep.
But I like the look of the old Colt the release for the cylinder.
Someone should make a reproduction of the Colt Lightning.
Somebody does. Birdie.
Oh, Birdie has made one?
Yeah, Winchester ran for a while too.
What do they call them? What's the name of them?
Lightning.
Yeah.
Birdie's website.
For Birdie? Okay, let me look at the Birdie. See how much it is. If I can
Between
find those.
like Birdie and Pedersoli and some of those companies, they make all the great American guns, and they're
at a bottom out.
They're better made than
last or 3 years ago. I don't remember.
Have you ever seen that channel Cap and Ball? I can't remember. It's some Hungarian dude who has access to some of the most awesome products coming out from Uberti and Pedersoli. He does a lot of like black powder shooting, but also like Civil War era shooting and beyond.
They have a lightning rifle, but a pump action rifle.
Yeah, that's the Lightning.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about like the pistol. Like the double action Lightning. These are single action. I was looking for a double action.
What are you're gonna have to give me a link to what you're talking about. 'Cause
like these guys right here.
no idea what you're talking about.
All right, here's a link of a list of them. Hold on. Here's a list of them that I found, but these are unavailable right now. So.
You're talking just a bird's head revolver.
Yeah. Don't they make like cowboy, like double actions of these cowboy guns?
No, those are all singles. Everything you just showed there's a single action.
Never mind. I was looking for the type of gun that freaking killed Billy the Kid. He said, no. What Billy the Kid used was his double action. Sorry. and he got killed. Never mind, it's alright. These are just rifles.
So
I guess
the,
I was looking for something else.
the Thunderer was the big one in 41 long Colt. Good seeing those.
Alright, guys. I'll see you guys later. Take care.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna take off too.
Have a good one, guys. I think we're
Alright, take care, man. Take care.
Good night.
Later.